This one's not about the heavies. It's the husband of
this one was interesting.
There's a really, really strange crime that happened that had a lot of conspiracy around it, but so far as hard evidence goes, it's a pretty normal thing, which is sad to say when you're talking about LA. So, Nancy Pelosi's residence, right?
Where does she live?
NorCal.
She actually lives in NorCal. Her husband was the only one home, right? A crazy homeless guy breaks into the house, like he just breaks the glass, goes in, looking for Nancy, wanting to take her hostage, and had some demands, but she's not there. So then he confronts Paul Pelosi, the husband, who was asleep at the time. This is around 2:30 a.m.
Wow.
Confronts him. He's got a hammer, and he's just kind of an unhinged, crazy dude. So Paul Pelosi kind of doesn't really know how to treat this, but he ends up asking if he can go to the restroom. The crazy guy lets him. Paul Pelosi makes a call to police and in code asks for help. He says something like, "Oh, there's a person here who's like in my home," but then it doesn't set off the dude because he's asking for help in like a kind of a weird way that makes it sound like they're friends. But the cops understand. The cops are like, "Oh, we get it." So they're sending someone over. They sent someone over.
Guy home. That's a nice hammer you got hanging over there.
Yeah, he does something like
right
that.
at my head. How sweet.
They ring the doorbell. Someone opens the door. They don't know which one to open the door. Apparently, I don't know why that's a fucking undetermined thing. Doors open. They see Paul Pelosi struggling with that guy, the crazy guy. They're struggling with the hammer. The hammer guy ends up knocking out Paul Pelosi, cracks his skull.
Whoa.
Paul's on the ground. They arrest the crazy guy. The crazy dude talks about how he wanted to stop the misinformation being spread by the Democratic Party or some shit. And then after that, a bunch of new stuff started coming out accusing them of like being lovers or some other bullshit, like a bunch of different conspiracies that
I believe
they
that.
knew each other.
I believe that.
Who and who loved the Paul and
Paul
the
and the
guy?
homeless
Yeah,
guy.
that this guy. But this dude has like the hammer guy kind of has a history of just being sort of like a crazy guy. Like he's like the resident crazy guy.
The guy with the hammer?
Yeah.
No way.
Is he homeless?
He's homeless in the way that he's an illegal immigrant from Canada. That
He's a Canadian illegal immigrant?
that he stayed in California because California has a sanctuary law where they won't like send him back.
Why not? Get him out of
Because
here.
fucking Newsom.
Get him out of here, dude.
Some Newsom shit. So then he's kind of like this hammer guy. He's kind of that activist that you would see at like things like they've seen him at rallies for like nudism or some shit where like they're protesting naked outside the thing.
So
he's
was
there.
he like robbing Pelosi family while he's butt naked with a hammer?
He wasn't. His intention was not to rob them. He wanted to ask Nancy questions.
What are the trade
And
secrets?
if she lied, he said he was going to break her kneecap so that she would show up to the house, to the next house speaker thing in a wheelchair, and it would send a message that you guys can't lie or else this will happen.
That fool's been following fucking Wall Street bets and shit. Like, he's all like Pelosi Capital. This bitch is fucking colluding and shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, and the reason why I believe it is because I fucking have seen this shit happen a lot in Hollywood Hills, where just random crazy people will break in and just do weird shit. Yeah.
Damn.
So that's kind of a thing that happens. But this is very it's very specific in which this guy, his name's DePape, the hammer guy.
That's his name?
Yeah. He knew where the residence was.
Yeah.
He got in there. Here's some of the conspiracy theories. Oh, the glass on the broken door was on both sides of the door, meaning it might have been a breakout and not a break-in. People were like, hey, Paul Pelosi was in his underwear when they opened the door, and so was the other guy.
I'd be sleeping in my
That ended up not being true.
That's weird. Why do people?
Because they said there was one theory that they're like they're just gay lovers. Like
Yeah.
that was like his side thing, and then like they met at a bar, and then they're hooking up, and then some shit went south, and then like Pelosi had to call the cops, and then like
A guy like that, you think you'd be able to pick a hotter dude than this if that's your side piece.
He looks like that one actor.
what's that house? That's not Pelosi's house, is it?
That's the garage this guy was
He
staying
plays
in.
he plays the new Captain America, but the bad guy
He
one.
was in Black Mirror.
Is that who it is? I think I know. Yeah.
Dude, so I was reading, I think it was Times or I don't know, whatever, but immediately, you know, they make it political. And then they were saying like QAnon Trump supporter.
They try to paint him as a far right.
And then they're like a far right guy was coming to kill
From
whatever,
Canada.
right? And then another one was like how can he be that? And then it showed his house and it said like Black Lives Matter and it was a rainbow flag and it was in San Francisco. And then they're like, he's a hardcore liberal. Like, how can he be? And I'm just like, wait, what the fuck is true? And then now I see that house and I'm like, that's not the same house that I saw that they were trying to say.
That's where you live.
Yeah.
Why do you think the media is trying to confuse everybody like that?
They
You think
just wanna
something
know
else
right
is...
away which side this guy aligns with, because they're like, oh,
So they could use it.
they
as, like,
think
a
and
tool?
use it, yeah.
That's so stupid.
Either way, these are great theories.
I mean, that's a funny thing because they went to the neighbor of where this guy was last living, and they were like, "Tell us about his political alignment." Like, that's the thing they want to know.
I'm just curious, like, okay, she's a pretty high level, like...
Yeah, she's the
person-
highest Congress like
Right.
level.
So I'm like,
yeah.
where was security? I thought they had...
Okay, yeah,
like,
that's another thing.
I thought, and I heard that they lived in, like, a gated community. So, like, where the fuck... Like, I don't know, how the fuck did this guy get there so easily? Where was Secret Service? And then the cops and everything?
Or how was she conveniently missing?
She's always missing because she always leaves, and because she's the fucking house speaker.
He's always hanging out in Taiwan.
Oh, she's always
dude.
in DC or something?
But she was gonna be back in 2 days. Basically, what a lot of things are missing in terms of information, but usually that's just how these things go when it's sensitive and there's a VIP type person. But there is one account of eyewitness, and that's there was a neighborhood like an ADT guy that was like driving around. He's security for a neighbor, not for the Pelosi's, and he was driving around. And he said he saw the guy dragging his bag of shit up the hill. So there's that. And also security-wise, you would think this house of Pelosi's would have like round-the-clock surveillance, which they do, but they lax it. They're a little bit more chilled out when Nancy is not there. So they weren't
Oh,
watching.
Nancy's not here. Let's turn off all the fucking cameras.
Nobody likes Paul, dude.
They weren't looking at it. So they're not going to get an active response.
That's
Yeah.
stupid.
They'll just be recording things maybe for later, but you're not going to get guys actively looking at it and then going, "Oh, we got to go." Like someone's there.
What if that was like an insecurity that Paul Pelosi had? Like, come on, guys, you gotta keep the cameras on all the time. Like, every time Nancy's gone, you guys don't care about me. And then something's gonna happen. He keeps talking about it. They're like, shut the fuck up, Paul. You're a loser. And then sure enough, this happens.
They set it up.
They said it.
Yeah.
And he's all, see, I told you.
Told you guys something bad was gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
Fucking guy.
what you got from just like learning all this shit was he's just a crazy dude that just
it's
so
not-
happened.
I think I wouldn't rule out that he's just a fucking crazy guy.
And he's not politically affiliated or
No, he is.
Yeah, what do you
He,
think,
like,
President?
I think he definitely knows who Nancy Pelosi is and knows that that's their house and wanted to do some crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like I don't think they were gay lovers.
Maybe he's smarter than they're making him out to be.
People are saying they're gay lovers.
yeah.
They're saying like they're saying that Paul Pelosi picked them up at a gay bar in San Francisco and they were hooking up and then something went wrong and then like that shit was going down. That was one of the theories. Another one was like I mean both sides, like the left and right, like the extremists always come out with some funny shit, right? They have the wildest imaginations. Like on the left side, they're like, yeah, he's a QAnon hardcore Trump supporter, and I'm all like, but dude, this guy is like a nudist and he's gay. Like that doesn't sound like Trump supporter and like conservative to me.
Wait, the guy is gay?
Apparently.
The hammer guy's gay?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I didn't see the
Hammer's got a hammer.
Hammer's got That's pretty interesting that this story specifically, with a high-profile person like Nancy Pelosi, has so many different like talking points, so many different like opposing storylines. Because you think they'd clear it up eventually, right?
Do you think he's trying to just
After the dust
distract
settled?
us from other things?
Like what really went down? I don't know.
I mean, the thing is, like, it does seem like there is a high chance of stuff like this happening to high-profile politicians.
Yeah, for sure.
These encounters happen a lot. Yeah. It's just so happens that this encounter happened at his home, and if encounters like this happen at your home, then it's just a larger slew of rumors could spring, because it's your house. But if you were at a fucking, I don't know, like if you're speaking publicly and someone ran up, then it's very easy.
Everybody
Like,
sees
that's
it.
not your gay lover. Like,
Where he fucked up. He fucked up because he should have went in there and asked for stock advice.
yeah.
He's like, yo,
What are you guys investing in next?
Mr. Paul Pelosi, how the fuck did you crush it harder than a lot of these like firms in Wall Street. You did really well last year. Can you teach me like what to do? Yeah.
And it's also in combination with his alcoholic history, with how he got drunk before, that they're like, oh, he's drunk again, and now he's got his gay lover, and he didn't know how to kick him out, and they had a lover spat. It's like, yeah, it's easy to piece together all these weird things, but you know,
I like that storyline better. Though.
It's more
When
interesting.
you say
sexier.
lover spat,
Yeah,
it's
it's
kind of like,
sexier.
I love it.
How insulting would you be? How insulting would you be if you had a burglar break into your home and then they publicize this photo and people were saying, "Oh, that's Nick's lover,"
A lot of people think I'm gay already, bro.
but it's like this dude
let's
that
talk about it.
It is like the perfect story though, right? Hey, Nancy's out of town. It's time to go on your gay love spree.
But why are they trying
Nancy's
to
in
make him?
Taiwan.
I think it's because of all the security faults that people are seeing fishiness. Because the guy broke glass, alarms should go off.
Yeah.
Like things, security should just been better than this.
Okay, then why is it not okay to have a gay lover?
See?
Okay, that's number one. And number two, if it's
Tell him.
not okay to be a gay lover because of the political thing, why can't Mr. Pelosi they're like, hey, you're a gay lover, and he could just be like, no.
Yeah. Where's his statement?
Why is that not okay?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a gay lover. No. Next question. Like, I don't understand.
No, that's
I'm here
Exactly.
to address the rumors that it was my gay lover that came in and hit me on the head with a hammer. Some of you guys think it's hammer's always got a hammer. And no.
It's not.
I think
he's like, wow,
Thank
I
you.
agree with that.
everyone just has to remember that there is an active opposite side to this. That as soon as one thing happens, they're gonna capitalize and create as much as they can.
QAnon wouldn't have these theories.
It works either way.
But it was
works either
Pelosi
way.
herself that was sharing the article that said that QAnon and Trump supporter came and tried to fuck up her husband.
Yeah, because they're both trying to do that.
know.
Everyone is always trying. It's two sides.
They're trying to spin it already. Nancy's trying to spin it. I don't trust Nancy. Dude.
I think the sensible people should rise up against these fucking crazy asses that are like trying to spin the narrative and push Americans against each other, and then just be like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, you don't speak for the rest of us. Like, we're right. We just want a sensible society. We don't want your crazy asses fucking controlling the narrative here.
Right.
It's like, fuck both progressive hardcore liberals and fucking hardcore conservatives that are fucking ultra extremists. Fuck you guys both.
Do you think he's gonna get deported now?
I don't think so. Not from Cali.
Dude, get him out of here, man. Get these Canadians off our soil, brother.
Ain't gonna happen, dude.
For president.
I don't like these immigrants in our country, man.
I feel like political news are like fucking TikTok dance challenges, you know what I mean?
It's fun.
If something like gets kind of viral, everybody's like, oh, we gotta jump on this. Oh, but we gotta put a little twist on it so it's memorable. Yeah, let's just change it up a little bit, but use the same facts. Yep. And it's just like, if it goes viral, it's worth it. That's news. Yeah, it has nothing to do with facts. It's just like, what'd you see? What'd you read?
I mean, it's just there's so much you can do with this because they looked into the criminal record of this guy and also the criminal record of the woman that he was last living with, and they just found nothing but
What about the
dirt.
criminal
Like,
record
so
of
much
the
bad shit.
Pelosi's?
You know what I mean? They're
Anybody
like,
look that up?
oh, look at this guy, there's like molestation, there's like child.
He's a molester,
A
dude.
lot of that within those two people.
So yeah, what's the story? So is he
Why
gay
is he
or
in
not?
America?
Because he just fucking walked over and ended up in Cali, and Cali doesn't do anything
Get
about
these
that.
fucking Canadian molesters out of here, bro. I don't want these guys in our image.
He overstayed his visa.
Yeah, get him out of here, dude.
That's even worse. Canadian molester I could deal with. Overstayed his visa.
yeah. Thank you, bro.
But you can't because California is a sanctuary state.
That's so sweet of us.
So we're a sanctuary state for molesters.
Send him to ICE, bro.
We're a sanctuary state for everything.
Really? Yeah. Then what? I don't know anything about the law, man.
It basically,